Given the current macro environment, when and at what level do you expect oil prices to bottom out?
Sure. So we expect oil prices to continue to trend lower. So our forecast bottoms for Brent at about $57 a barrel in the first quarter of next year before recovering. Now, the forecast is very much in line with what we've seen in terms of current events. We've seen rising non-OPEC supply, not just US, but we expect Norway and Brazil to add supply too. We've got ongoing demand concerns. And more recently, we have the potential recovery of Iran's oil exports. Now, those three factors really are weighing on crude oil over the next 6 months. And we're basically waiting to see how the market unravels before we see any real recovery in oil prices right now.
Given the factors that you mentioned, does it make sense for OPEC to just stand back and stand on the sidelines and put off a decision on further output cuts, at least for now?
There's debates both ways. I'd say for now it makes sense. There's two big factors to keep in mind before December. One is later this month we know that Trump may meet with Iran's president, and that we could see progress in terms of Iran's oil exports recovering. Now that's a big factor because right now they're producing or exporting about 0.4% of global supply. At their peak before sanctions, they were exporting about 2 to 2.5%. So that's a major driver which OPEC need to keep an eye on. The second factor is what's happening with US-China trade war and demand projections into next year. We know US-China trade talks have become more positive, but the question is in early October, are we going to get a deal or some resemblance of a deal? And that's really the two factors that I think OPEC are waiting on before they make a call on 2020. So in that perspective, things are looking to wait and see. But the real concern is first half next year. If you look at all the projections from all the major agencies, the oversupply in the market is almost locked in the first half next year, and that's really where we could see pressure build on oil prices. So I think the call to act will certainly come in December, but pausing right now to wait for market factors to evolve makes some sense.